So, a couple of thoughts before we jump right into the actual game. I have some theories for myself. I think Anima is going to be one, and Anima is actually Xenos's mother. Because if we go back to Final Fantasy X, Anima was Seymour's mother, and I think they're gonna try to like do something kind of like that with Xenos, having Anima be his mother. One trial is gonna be with Zodiac, another trial is gonna be with Heidelin, and I think there's gonna be one other story-based trial based off of something else, maybe with Xenos or Fandango. But I definitely think either we're gonna be facing Zodiac and Heidelin separately, or we're gonna fight them as one. I don't know. That's just a theory that I'm currently having right now. I'm just theory crafting before we jump right into this story, of course. Okay. Ooh boy, I'm so excited. And the next ship to sail, Alphano is feeling the need to take stock. Anthony, do you have some time to talk? Sure, what's up? I would like to gather everyone in Dawn's respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. Yeah, this is definitely a new song. I just realized that. I was listening to it and I was like, this sounds new. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telephore. The Telephore's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spares, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessings of light seem able to resist being tampered, at least. But after what happened to Ehrenvold and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. True. Yet while these threats close to home are the paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telephore are under leadership of Fandango and one other delightful fellow, Xenos Ye Galvis, the crown prince of our dear friend. To date, he reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varius, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting and the War of Secession, but that has since changed, and in troubling ways. Aye, during our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. 'Twas an eerie fog of silence, which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tampered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Telephore. An army of primals is awful enough, but in the light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. We will find a way in Sharlayan. I am sure of it. Master Fortuno comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The forum knows more than it is letting on. Sorry to interrupt. Totaro, got any news for us? We received word from Mistress Corel. Hey! I love this song too. There we go. She says the arrangements for your visit has been finalized. Nice. You're to head to Limsa Laminsa and board the next ship bound for Sharlayan. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldician, come to assist with the Order's resurrection. Okay. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. That is true. I am eager to see it. Of course. Of course. We should set off at once. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Let's do this. I'm so hyped, man. And I love that jingle. That jingle's so good. But before we even move on, I've already said this several times, and I have done it already. Like, I got my Paladin, which I'm going to be playing mostly through this story. I got him to level 80, about halfway. And I got my Sage up to 80, almost 81, and I got Reaper up to a little bit over 80 as well. So I'm definitely going to be tackling on this story, jumping between these three jobs, going back to how I used to do it back then, which is like jumping several different jobs. So here we go. Let's go ahead and move on. I'm so excited, man. It's crazy to even think about. All right, like, I'm excited to hear the new music, know what the new trials are going to be like, in what the story is going to end up being too. Okay, everyone's here, including other people, so fluff dialogue time. Though a part of me looks forward to returning home, I have not forgotten that my father stripped us of the privilege of our family name. I hope it doesn't cause trouble with the officials upon our arrival. Yeah, who knows? Okay, I might have lived in Master Matoya's cave for a good part of my life, but even for me, the thought of returning to Sharlayan is quite exciting. I can hardly imagine how it is for the others who live most of their lives there. Okay. What a grim reason to bring you to Sharlayan. Not much to be done about it, I suppose, but I would have liked to give you the grand tour under happier circumstances. Yeah, I would definitely like it, Alize. But, you know, maybe it'll get better once we're there. I never thought the day would come when I would be sailing home again. It always seemed so very far away. Sea travel can be tedious, but I don't mind it. 'Tis a rare experience for most Ishgardians. Okay, okay. I shudder to think what manner of truth awaited us beyond the indigo deep. Still, more do I dread the prospect of discussion, long overdue. Contrary to what you might think, this would be like going home for me as well. I may have learned how to survive in Limsa Laminsa, but it was in Sharlayan where I was taught, quite relentlessly. I might add the skills to properly live. Oh, okay, okay. Alright, Totaro. Let's go on to Sharlayan. Everyone's here, which is good because I've always paid for your passage and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Sharlayan should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. Oh, I got everything ready because I'm ready to get going. Ooh, man. Oh man. Oh wait, that's the two characters in the monk class quest.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Wait, why did he say schedule? Kind of funny. Well, anyways.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Oh yeah, that is interesting.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louisois of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Same here, Alize. I feel like the cutscenes got better.
Will this be your first visit to Sharlayan, Sir Estinian?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious because he's been living in Ishgard, and I thought that Garatia was in Sharlayan. I didn't even know he was Sharlayan.
Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
That is true.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
I like that.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
I love their little chemistry, man. It's so good. Tataru, you okay?
Are you alright, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Right.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland.
I think she wants to come and she can't.
It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world. And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
Oh, yeah. She can't fight. I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise. No sense worrying about the things we're powerless to change. I mean, I like both of them, but let's be real.
Well, that's hardly comforting.
Oh, I'm sorry. But, like...
Good. You're still here.
Oh.
Ori! Coulternay! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
Be counting on you.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Sharlayan! It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
Will do. She'll find her way to get with us. I feel like that will happen.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
Here we go.
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Here we go. Old Sharlayan. Oh man, I'm so excited to actually finally see this place. Oh. This is not the song that I was expecting to hear right now.
Here. Feel. Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Sharlayan should be coming into view at any moment.
I feel like I made it onto the boat perfect timing. Like of the day and all that. Oh! There she is.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think.
And all this time, you've been calling out
And
to
thus
us.
do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Why now, Heidelin? I can trust your words no longer. I really like the first one, because I'm really curious as to why is it that now you're just showing up? And why is it that all this time while I was away, I haven't heard anything from you when I was finding out her secrets and Zodiark?
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Eidolon has always been, a primal.
Right.
Zodiark was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms, monumental, which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlayan's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
My mind is just going nuts right now. I'm like theory crafting and all that, just taking in that cutscene. Oh, they're awake now. Just in time.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
No, not yet.
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Oh, there goes the theme song.
There she is. Good old Sharlayan.
Finally made it.
Oh, I see it.
There it is. Nice.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You
The
do
chills
know
are already coming
you're
in.
not alone in this, don't you? Indeed, 'tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
I sure hope so. This place feels like it has all the answers. Let's find out. I love that it built up to the theme song. Oh, there goes the moon. Nice. I already got chills. The title card come up too, give me more chills.
Sharlayan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil.
Oh, it looks like Idle Shear.
So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I mean, it makes sense why. That was New Sharlayan.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Maybe.
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlayan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
Right.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge.
That is true.
If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions.
Okay.
Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration.
Alrighty. I should go around yelling, "I'm a Scion!" I'm just kidding, no.
Brahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
This is gonna be interesting.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Brahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today.
Okay. She went serious for a moment. I was like, oh, hold on.
And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
Wait. I thought Alphino and Alizé were Archons as well.
See how it glows. That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Hi there.
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alizé Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that,
what
the
else?
streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Oh, snap. Their dad already snitched on us. Daggone. Okay, then. I knew there was going to be some difficulty with them, too.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
Right.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Dang, you just looking me down?
Name and occupation?
Okay, then. Anthony Sanantokyo, adventurer by trade. Oh, interesting. Artisan, champion of Eorzea. I don't know if I want to give away the champion of Eorzea. I like that one. I really do. But I think I would just go by adventurer, because that's what I started out as an adventurer. Alright, Anthony Sanantokyo, adventurer by trade.
An adventurer. Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea. And it does indeed match the profile provided. You may enter.
Sweet.
And you, sir?
Estinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
I thought his last name was Wormsblood.
Formerly, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
Don't say it. Just say Freelander or something. I don't know, dude.
If you'll allow me... My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Nice save, Krill.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Nice save, Krill. Estinian was struggling there for a minute.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we? Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Oh, man. Such a nice little exchange. Oh my gosh, look at all these people. Okay. Hey, and we're finally here in Sharlayan. Ooh. And I'm already liking the music as well. If that was the music that's the nighttime here, possibly. Alright, Estinian. I am unaccustomed to fabricating lies on demand. Why should it matter how I earn my living? I mean, I didn't lie either. Just say what you do, but in a more pleasing way. That's what I say. Okay, Grahatia. Okay, here we are at last, the great city of Sharlayan. You may have noticed that some similarities with the Cassarium. Yes, in fact, but we really should let Krill have her say first. We can continue this conversation at another time. Alright. You are doubtless eager to take in the sights. Yes, I am. Not to worry, Anthony, the city is not like not to vanish before we finish our discussion. I know, but I want to see everything. Okay. Even allowing that the years I spent in the first pass here in the blink of an eye, the city feels untouched by time. I don't know, I haven't been here before this time. Allow me to extend unto thee my warmest welcome, Anthony. May the wisdom of the homeland aid us in our endeavors. I'm fine. Honestly, better to be waved through with a stern warning than be denied entry at all. Yeah, that was kind of tough to hear from them. That was about as awkward as expected. Still, we're here now, and that's all that matters. That is true. Alright, Krill. Give me the deets. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. Okay. Oh, I should have read that little detail. Oh well. I had thought to launch directly into the explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Anthony and Estinian's first time in Sharlayan, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Yay! Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldessian Enix. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and venture everywhere. This is a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Louisoix estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I am equally untethered, as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. Yeah, that's true. The Enix was west of the Ether Plaza, was it? I shall join you there, anon. Yes, we'll see you there. Okay. I too have places I will be remiss in not visiting forthwith, but I leave. Okay, Yurianje. What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But I could... Oh. That's Estinian for you. He just does his own thing. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Dang. Oh, of course. If you will have me. Yeah, man, come on. You can join the ride. Come, Anthony. Sharlayan awaits. Oh, that sunset is just perfect. That sunset was just perfect. Oh dear, his enthusiasm is infectious, isn't it? After you, my friend. I am more than content to follow your lead. Grahatia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Grahatia behind by entering a different area using the Ethernet or by putting too much distance between you. You can also speak with Grahatia and select the option to part ways. If you wish to have Grahatia accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While Grahatia is accompanying you, next try speaking with Krell. Whoa, what the heck? Wait, is this a new feature they were talking about? Oh, that's so awesome! Oh my gosh, I love that. Yo, just this little detail is making me go nuts right now. Oh, I love this! I freaking love it! Yo, can Krill follow us? All set, then let us be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the last stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Okay, Krill is also now accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the last stand and speak with Krill at the designated location. While you are a companion, you may encounter conversations points along the way which offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring your surroundings together. I love this! I'm grateful to have Krill helping and reacquainting myself with this place. It's almost as if I'm seeing it all with new eyes, as you are. Come on, let's head to the cafe. I may not seem so at glance, but the last stand is actually a very important part of the city. I love this! Oh my gosh. I am losing my mind, people. Discuss the storage facility. With all the unusual wares coming and going at all hours, I expect the assistance of an intrepid adventurer would be highly appreciated. I see no reason why you couldn't undertake any task which piqued your interest. You have been cleared by the immigration office after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Sharlayans the same way it is in Eosia. Same here. This place is called the Peristyle, and it's the first stop for cargo unload at the docks. You will find the usual necessities for daily living and other imports vital to running an island nation, but also supplies that further Sharlayan's pursuit of knowledge, namely large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sorting these stacks certainly seems to keep the attendants busy. Okay. Oh, I'm still freaking gushing over the fact that these people are following me. Okay. Let's go ahead and attune to some Aetherites. Or Ethernet shard. Okay. Oh, there's another one over here. Let's check it out. Ooh, I really want to look at that too. There's so much stuff I want to look at. Okay. Discuss the giant statue. Now that is a sight one could hardly forget. The great statue of Thalic. Oh, that's Thalic. As a student of Baldician, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by the ship to the city. Okay. This path leading out towards the sea is known as the Thalic Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Sharlayan people praise the alchemation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thalic was chosen as our patron deity, it was more of a matter of pragmatism than belief, and an alignment of principles, as it were. We may have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith is not so restrictive as to say the Ishgardians. Individual Sharlayans can and do worship the divinities of their choosing. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I gotta say it's really cool seeing this. Just having them follow us everywhere. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, wait, nope, I don't want to go here just yet. That's where we need to be. That is so cool. Oh man, I really like this place. Like, its structure and everything is so interesting looking. And we gotta talk about this ether crystal too. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, it's right here. Can they jump down? Okay, they don't jump, but they still follow down. Could be somewhere story-wise. Oh! Graha? You good, man? You good, my brother? Alright, man, you okay, he's down. Okay. Whoa. Oh, is this where they make the ether crystals? Interesting. Old Sharlayan new to you? Oh man, I like that. I just read the title. Yeah, we're just gonna be adventuring around for a little bit, checking out everything, and then we'll advance the story. I mean, they wanted us to have a grand tour of the area, so why not go ahead and check out stuff? Alright, there's another one. Louis Suarez say, oh snap, is this it? Can I go in it? I can go in it. Whoa. Okay, I'm not gonna go any further in here just yet because I don't want to get spoiled. Alright, we still got a couple more to get and then we should be about done. It's nice to finally hear the music at this location too, and it sounds really good. Like, I'm really liking this place so far. It's very beautiful. It gives like it gives Ishgard vibes, but a little bit more scholarly, kind of like a university. That's what it kind of gives me right now. It's like university vibes a little bit. Still really cool having both Graha and Krill following me everywhere. It's just the little details, man. The little things. Nothing to say about this? Okay. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Sharlayan tends to regard seasoning and flavoring with a certain indifference. How can I put this? The food is bland and encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf. The prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. Yeah, I kind of noticed that with your bread last time I tried it. The bread was, There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the schools and insipid meals no longer. So he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the last stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Sharlayan, the one and only bastion of the culinary arts and an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu. Burger? Okay. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Sharlayan when it came to cheap and convenient, Raha. But surely Totaro has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when the time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Oh, wait. Okay, I remember when we were giving Graha a piece of the bread, he was saying that, oh, yeah, it's Sharlayan food. I remember this. So, yeah, now it's starting to come back to me that he was Sharlayan. Okay, shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the Ethernet Plaza. All right, well, let's go. Okay, here we are. Maybe it would have been better if I had just let them do the tour for me instead of doing it myself. Oh well, that's fine. In unusual shape, is it? I assure you, however, that it is a perfectly functioning aetherite. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Yeah, accidentally did all of them. Now, being to delight our tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Sharlayan stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of Allegan aetherites, it's allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora Sharlayan largest marketplace. Okay. Oh, there's dialogue right here. Did I miss this one earlier? Oh snap, there's one over here too. Well dang, maybe I should have just let them do the tour for me instead of doing it myself. Well, alright, well let's check it out. Okay, speaking of aetherites, those teleportation fees do add up after a while, which is why I tended to rely on the far cheaper ferry services. I was pleasantly surprised when Mistress Totaro informed me that the Scions are reimbursed for transportation costs as part of our duties. But I find old habits hard to break that, and I'd rather not be bothered filling out the necessary paperwork. Yeah, true. That's the entrance to the Confluence. I have no doubt their expertise will prove useful at some point, so I suggest you remember the way here. Okay then. Okay, discuss books, alright? These little open-air books stalls are so uniquely Sharlayan. I always thought them as common sight until I visited other nations. Okay. Do you mind if I browse the shelves for a moment? There might be some hidden gems I yet to read. Only a moment. How optimistic. Feel free to browse all you like, but we won't wait around for you. Yeah, that's true. It looks like a lot of books in there anyways. Perhaps I'll return here later then. Yeah, maybe later, buddy. Welcome to Agora, where you can find wares made in Sharlayan, as well as, as a wide selection of import goods. They also use to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetheryte Plaza, follow the path north, then climb the stairs up to that imposing building that is at the very top. Okay. These little decorative features are typical of Sharlayan architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic by comparison. Just looked like a regular water fountain to me, but okay. Now this is the Nepium, an area dedicated to the blessing of water. For Sharlayan's, water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of the knowledge of which flows from Dalik's divine ear. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, and a prosperity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. Okay, cool. It's definitely been a while since I had to read a lot of dialogue. This grand structure before you is the Rustra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives will deliver orientations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into a council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. Yeah, I saw that earlier. The vista put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Sharlayan. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, the Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the counselors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. I agree. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacles of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. Okay, cool. It's gotten really foggy now, so you can't see the statue. Alright, Krill. We arrived at Journey's End. History tells us that this was where those who put ashore with Archon Neocrypt building their first homes. In the present day, it serves as a residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Sharlayan families. You will see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from the house Louis. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Sharlayan tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head directly to the Baldician Enix? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, then follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza. Correct. After you, Anthony. Alright, well, let's get going then. I want to use the Aetheryte crystal, but last time I used it, they didn't follow me, so just gotta have to do this the old-fashioned way. As the joyous look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldician Enix. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive on the doorstep of Phenomenonian, but I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Yeah, inside with you then. All right. Oh, cutscene. I'm back, and I brought Anthony and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship, then. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. Again? And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Anthony. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika Sujika? I guess that's how you say her name? It has been an age. Allow me to introduce Ojika Sujika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldician. He oversees the day-to-day business of Enix. You may recall meeting his cousin, Ijika. Ah yes, Eureka. I've heard the initial reports. Quite a shock to hear what's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Al served as the main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasions to visit Sharlayan. Whether to make use of the city research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the Enix here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engage in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the Isle itself, visit the Enix has served as our base of operations. And yet it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its own former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first we must ensure the Telephore fall. Through the door on the left, there is a main hall where we can discuss our operations or options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussion begin in earnest. Let me guess, that's where we're going to be resting? I've had private quarters prepared for you in Audrin, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for afternoon doze. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. So it's simply that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeying abroad that we would slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks. And thus they became known among the students as nap rooms, or even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I will be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. Alrighty. I can go to sleep. Let's go to sleep. Oh gosh, so many people. Here's Graha. Let me talk to him real quick. Do you have papers passed it on the walls of your room? It was not unusual for occupants to pin up notes or documents and such, then forget to take them when they went on their merry way. Okay. Sometimes it was quite deliberate, though. You might see complaints addressed to other members, or a thank you card for engrossing literature someone left behind. Man, I've been burping a whole lot. Beloved traditions that I should know better than to dwell upon. If we are to create a future for the students of Baldician and so many others, we must look to the days ahead. Alright, let's check out our new inn. Ready for a nap? Retired to my room? Yes, please. Clean sheets and warm blankets awaits. Rest as long as you like. I wanted to see what this new room is gonna look like. Ooh. This is nice. I like this. Very, very fancy. And this is our bed? Okay, the bed is kinda... It looked like it's just slapped on right here. Oh, that's a Primal poster right there. Okay. Interesting. What is this, our bath or something? This looks like an office slash somewhat living room slash somewhat half bedroom. They spent all their money on the workstations. You know what? Now that you mention that, you might be onto something here. Because look, they spent it on everything else. This looks like definitely a study room. Where you can study and all that, nothing else. And then they're like, alright, I guess we gotta have a bed for whenever someone wants to take a nap. Where should we put it? I don't know, just slap it in that corner right there. Okay, that works. This is another door or something? I kinda like it, you know, it's very studious. A little fancy. But to be honest, I think I like, what's the name of it? The pendants and the crystarium so much more. I think I like that one better. Whoa. Oh, there's another one. I want to say that looks like Garuda, but she looks kind of different. Is there any more? Ooh, that's cool. I'm loving this. This is like a lore room with posters and stuff. I wonder what that place is. Like, what is this? And what is that? And what is this thing? So many questions. Oh, man. Okay, so I love concept art. So if you give me tons of beautiful concept art, I'm just gonna take it all in. Like, I got the books, like the concept art books over here of each expansion, besides A Realm Reborn. I need to get that one. And I love just looking through those. I'm not gonna lie, I look through those like almost every single day. Because it's so beautiful just to look at like all the artwork that they came up with this game. And of course, here's the world map. I'm really curious to see what all this is. I don't think we ever discovered any of this area. Like, we got all of this and all that, but I want to see what this is. Alright, Krill. What's our situation? Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan. Not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
Okay.
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth.
Alright. So that's what all that's over there for. And I just realized, where's Estinian at? He's missing.
Compared to our more isolationist Sharlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair.
Okay.
Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Ah. So they got a tower there too. Okay. Oh, there's
In
Estinian.
response to this threat, the satrap of Rards at Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
Come.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Oh, that's me. I think she's talking about me.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice.
I agree.
But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Am I given another choice where I get to decide which one to go to? He's got to refresh that dragon blood on his lance before he gets to the expansion. Oh, man. I wonder if they are giving me another choice.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned.
Oh, they are giving me a choice of the two. Okay.
As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Oh, dang. Okay, that's... Alright.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
So I'm guessing Thancred, Estinian, Urianger are gonna go to Thafnir?
Of course. The more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnir. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavnir on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
Oh, okay.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
I feel like the group going to Thafnir has less arms on deck. Gotta love that jingle. Such a nice jingle. Okay, yep, here we go. Here's the choice between the two.